Today's videos we're going to talk about Altar's Blessing, when you should use it, and what should you put in the altar. It's not as simple as you think. If you like all my videos and like my content, hit the sub button, hit the like button, hit that bell dingy dingy thing so you know when I post a video. Let's go, baby. Tip of the day. It's not a tip, I just want to apologize I didn't have a video on Monday. I was in Minneapolis on Sunday night in a concert. If you know who Muse is a phenomenal band, and they put on a crazy show. Just wanted to let you know why I didn't post a video yesterday. The more you know. Alright, let's talk about Altar's Blessing. Altar's Blessing works on mystical summons, they work on legendary summons, and they also work on Transcendent Scrolls, which is an automatic 5-star monster. This is important to know, because whenever you have a Transcendent Scroll, you want to make sure the right monsters are in your Altar Blessing. Now, whenever you get either an A, Orange Lightning, or B, Purple Lightning, a dog will pop up on your screen and try to mess with your videos. So you gotta make sure you know what you're doing. Anyway, with the Altar's Blessing, if you get an Orange or Purple Lightning, you will have a 40% chance of whatever you put in Altar's Blessing to be able to pop up. So you really have to know in the beginning the monsters that you're trying to focus on, and also book effects that would be more beneficial to you for a monster. I'm going to talk about book effects in a different video because this is something personally that I need to look at more. Book effects can extremely help to determine who is a better monster to summon. For example, for the collaboration, I kind of thought that Fire was probably the best summon, which it's still a strong summon. And for Water, Narin-Ha, I kind of said like if you have Argan then you don't really need her, which is semi-true for free-to-play. However, Narin-Ha is actually better than Argan, and pretty much the majority of all content, except for a water boss. And the reason that is because of her book effect. Her book effect gives her crit damage, where Argan's gives crit rate. And since there is a cap on crit rate, you would want the crit damage book effect instead, to help the damage. Yeah, Argan's skill is a little bit better in damage modifiers. We also gotta look at Narin-Ha base attack. It's a little bit higher with lower skill modifiers, but the crit damage book effect is huge. This is what you should determine when you're putting monsters into your Altar's Blessing. Alright, first and foremost, the rarest of all monsters should definitely go in your Nat 5s. And that is your light or dark Nat 5 monsters. If you're trying to A15 them, then this is where you should be doing it. If there's any fire, wind, water monsters that you are currently using and trying to max out, that should be in there too. That's why I put Argan in here. And any of the other 5-star monsters I'm not too worried about right now. So I'm putting 2 light Nat 5 monsters in there, so that there is a chance to do a 40% proc. And just to clarify again, you don't get a 40% increase that a chance of a Nat 4 or Nat 5 drops. Those percentages are still the same. It's a 40% chance that when that does proc, that it's a 40% chance of the monster that you picked in altars. I've seen a lot of people put the 4 stars empty, and in my opinion, you shouldn't do that. You should actually pick monsters that you are using to increase their book effect. For example, Shushu, a secret dungeon monster. You can A15 that, just from the secret dungeon like I did. However, if you also put it in the Altar's Blessing, and you keep getting dupes of Shushu, this will increase your book effect, which increases his HP and his resistance, and you know HP with Shushu increases the amount of healing that he does. So if you're using Shushu consistently, you should definitely be working on the book effect as well, and have Shushu in your Altar's Blessing. If you're using Crow, and you already have A15, and you don't need any more dupes to max Awaken, you still should put Crow in there if it's a main damage dealer for you. This will increase the attack, which make him do more damage. The side effect of accuracy is meh on him, but he does apply defense break on a basic attack, and his first skill does apply damage taken up. So again, book effects should be your first thought in the Altar's Blessing, in my opinion. After max awakening, of course. If it's max awaken, still try to get dupes until you max out the book effect. If they're not a max awaken, then obviously put that 4-star in there as well if you use this 4-star consistently. Same goes with fire, water, and wind. Altar's Blessing is all about max awakening and maxing the book. Now, when should you use Altar's Blessing? As free to play. What I typically do is free to play. I look at the plans that Com2uS gives us, and I also look at the banners coming up. I know when TOA resets, and then we have like summon events and stuff like that. I typically only summon when I have 200 mystical scrolls at the least. If I don't have 200 mystical scrolls, then I'm skipping the banner or not summoning on Altar's Blessing. 200 scrolls is the benchmark for me because obviously the banners are 200 scrolls, you get that free dupe. If you're summoning on a banner and you aren't maxing that out, it's a complete waste. It's better to save for a banner so you at least get that guaranteed nat 5. Hopefully you get the luck to summon more while you're going up to 200. But if you're looking at the banners coming up and it's something that you do not plan on summoning for, save to about 210 scrolls and summon on Altar's Blessing. I usually have a summon session like every other month. You can see that in the videos previously. But if you save up to like 210 scrolls, you're at least guaranteed 3 legendary scrolls because mystical scrolls and legendary scrolls are towards the Altar's Blessing. More chances to summon what you have on the altar. Now, whenever you max out this Transcendence scroll, this is huge, especially for Altar's Blessing, because you automatically are getting a nat 5, but you have a 40% chance to get whatever you have on the altar. This is how I was able to awaken 11 Light Panda, because I maxed out the legendary scrolls and I got the Transcendence scrolls and I got a dupe of Light Panda. Now, as you can see, you can reset the blessing as well. It naturally resets, but you can also manually reset it. So if you are actually super focused on maxing out a specific nat 5 monster, and for some reason it already procced on Altar's Blessing, and you have more summons to do, you can then reset the blessing and hopefully go for that dupe nat 5 again that you already got. This is huge for spenders who can get multiple Transcendence scrolls. I mean, if you're really in tuned and trying to max out one specific unit, if you pull them in the altar, you reset blessing, and then you can pull them in the altar again right after that. Altar's Blessing is a great way to max out monsters, and you should definitely be taking advantage of it. I haven't talked about altars too much on my channel, because free to play it's a little bit harder, but it definitely can still work in your favor. Last but not least, let's just summon this light and dark scroll and let's see if we can get something on video, because that'd be real sweet, wouldn't it? Oh, an orange. Oh, I just hit the mic. Ooh, what we gonna get? What we gonna get? Oh, shit. And that's it for today's video. Just wanted to showcase me getting a nat 4 that's in a secret dungeon. But hey, I'm not too upset about it because all dupes go towards the book effect. And that's super important to later game. If you did like this video, sub, like, ding ding bell. I'll see you in the next one. Peace!